Well, the idea in this project is to facilitate students on biomedical engineering, my courses, to learn. And so I use blended learning not for creating an alternative to course in presence, but to facilitate, to make to facilitate learning. Okay, I like that people learn best, learn better, because I check how they learn at examination. So I like to have an improvement on learning, and especially concerning the practical skills. So because my course is in a part of course biomedical engineering, where as one of the last courses where I have the responsibility to provide also skill, not only knowledge. And this is the second year of the magistral one, so it's the last exams. I'm at 35 years that I see people that comes from the degree to the workplace. And so I'm personally very sensitive to this aspect. And I'm convinced that the traditional theoretical lesson is not appropriate for acquiring practical skill, especially in this historical moment. And especially for people that is 2.10 or 3.0, as you like, 4.0 generation, that they are used to learn in a different way, using a different area of our brain. They are different from us. And we have to arrange our media, our didactic structure in different way. The traditional lecture doesn't work anymore. Or may work for learning contents, but not for acquiring skill. And the innovation that we are suggesting must be sustainable, because it's easy to suggest innovation that is expensive, that requires a lot of man, a lot of people, a lot of resource, a lot of device. It's a difficult job, it's a different job to suggest something that is economically sustainable since from now. So what's blended? Blended is a strategy where we mix online contents with presence, traditional presence lecture. In my view, blended is the strategy where I try to improve my lecture, my didactic. I don't want that all the contents that I prepare for my students are not proposed outside of a traditional course. It's an internal course. But the online material is prepared and is proposed in order to facilitate the acquiring of a technique of a skill. So it's a sort of integration between online experiences and face-to-face. The students want to interact with the professor, want to come in the classroom, but also they must be facilitated in order to study better. Also because we have a number of students that have objective learning difficulties, and the online courses reduce the impact to people that have learning difficulties, because I say enlarge the time for acquiring the contents. When you are in the classroom, you have 2 hours for getting the contents. When the same contents that you have in the classroom and at home, you have more time. It's simple. So the video lectures as proposed to students in order to make easier to attend the lessons. If the student can come, okay. If the student cannot, as the video lectures. As it's important for people with disabilities. Many people with disabilities that have multiple sclerosis or other congenital problems and so on cannot attend all the lessons. So if I provide the video lecture, they can follow the lecture also at home. But they will come. So it's not alternatives in integration. And the computer software is important in the course to provide technical skill, practical skill. So the course is not based about only theoretical, but for a theoretical part, there are practical part where the theory is applied. And in this case, the simulation software has a great help. In any part of the technical knowledge, you will find simulation software for physics, mathematics, technical, any type of knowledge. So it's just just to pay attention to find which is the most appropriate simulation software, and to provide the student with simulation software in order the student has the opportunity to make practice even at home. That's so they can acquire technical, practical skill. And in the course there are 3 software that I'll provide free of charge in order the student download and use at home, make practice with the teacher in the classroom and go home. And also at a sustainable cost, because many of these software, because there are educational content, are very cheap. Above all the arrangements that has been used for this course, above all, cost 2,020 euros. Once a time for the first year. After that, that's free of charge, because it's all open source and the licenses are indefinitely and so on. That's thanks to the contact. One, the first software, for instance, Packet Tracer, that is a software for design digital networks, and it's quite nice to use because with that software people can really project and make function of a digital network at home without paying anything, without any labs. They work at home, and when go in the classroom, we use the same software. We make practice all together. They work in work group. They cooperate one each other, so they are training to work group to work with colleagues, and then the work group interact with the teacher in order that there is no difficulties. And this is just an example. I go very quickly. Please tell me 3 minutes before the end. Another software is a software that simulates organizational model. As I say, my course about health information system, the students are trained to analyze a real organization model to transform in a simulation one. And the software make the model works. So they are trained to learn the organization and how to model the organization at home and then in the classroom. Also always the same. Of course, they make an exercise. Don't send email. Don't give me email. The work, the group, send me on the forum of Moodle. Give me an exercise. I check. I give a badge, and I'll take the contact with the groups. So people works in a work group. The work groups work with the teacher, and they have the feedback concerning how the exercise has been done. This is another software that the student can download freely and can use in his own PC. When we have lectures in the classroom, all the students come with their own PC. They work PC in the classroom, in the network, and we interact by network. Of course, in some the exams has been done in the PC of the labs because, of course, it can be used the personal PC. But this arrangement works very well, and now it's all the students have their own PC. There is no problem to include this benefit in the course arrangement. And there are that's a sort of this software allows to create a sort of little video games, because there are animation in order to simulate how people comes into the ambulatories, takes time, resources, and so on. And this the students enjoy so much, because if they enjoy, they learn very quickly. they enjoy in using a network. They like so much to design the sort of serious games and acquire practical skill. Of course, 50% of the course they have a theoretical approach, but the other 50% they make practical skill. And that's our example. The last is for designing databases. It is an important skill that is required to people in the workplace, because to a biomedical engineering it's required to design database, to manage data, and so on. So they learn to manage real data, real database, under the supervision of the expert, the professor. Okay, now about this method, how to transform the lesson in didactic material. This is the screencasting, because all what's happened on the desktop, thank you very much, the software, how the software works and so on, became a video. And so this video is a part of the didactic material that is made available to the student through the platform that is in particularly Moodle, where we hold the link, the video goes on, there's anything, because anything happens, and so we teach, we capture, deploy through the video is deployed through YouTube in private, in reserved mode, no public video, but reserved to the students. It's very easy to do, very manageable. Also, the course is accessible also by a smartphone. When they are around, they want to go to a lecture, even on their phone, very easily, and absolutely free of charge. So, the screencasting is not a MOOC course. It's just a way to produce video to facilitate study. We don't produce, because don't take care too much about the arrangement of the video. The video is just a copy of what happens in the classroom, okay? Not enough. Because there is, they must not, they have to, it's important that it's not time consuming, because it became time consuming. The college doesn't do anymore. They take board because it's too time, it's too complicated, and so on, and it doesn't work. I'll try to suggest an arrangement that can be deployable to the colleagues with a leader education, a leader training, in order to facilitate the students. Of course, also the contents through the Google Apps, the presentation can be deployed by the platform. And here are a number of references. This presentation, of course, can be downloaded by and so on. Okay, Moodle. I think it's not necessary to explain what Moodle is, because Moodle is open source, free of charge, and contains all the instruments to have contact with the student, to deploy video, presentation, to the forum, chat. Is an arrangement that allows to take contact with the students on digital materials. So, finally, 50% there is 50% allowed. The simulation software, organization group, each group has homework to do for practice, no email, all the questions are provided by the group to the teacher. Everybody see everybody on the forum. So the group learns by the error, from the error of the other groups, and so on. And the exams consist of 3 practical tests. They have to make 3 projects on the 3 software, no theoretical lecture. The results. This is the report of Moodle. I like to show you that the course starts on April, and then this April from September. So we have 3 months, more or less, 3-4 months of lessons, and then the period of exams. You see that the peak of the access is during the exams. This means that people comes in the classroom, attend, because the most of activity is after, in order to facilitate to study, not in place of the lessons. They want to come for the lessons, but then they have a huge material for facilitate study. And I submitted the questionnaire in order to ask. I think it's useful to have the lesson video recordings. as you see, imagine, people are so happy to have the video. Students are happy to have the video recordings of the lesson. And do you agree about the course organization, where the course organization has Moodle, the forum, the interact is good, but something is probably doesn't agree completely to have the relationship by Moodle platform, but it's okay for me. It's okay. And finally, you agree with the course organization concerning the general course organization. The platform is appreciated so much also. So that's all, and now starts the third year of this experience, and the feedback, also personal, from the students are very satisfactory. Thank you very much. I apologize that now I am to go away, but in the room there is my co-workers, Dr. Siciliano, that can give you any clarification for questions.